Morning, guys. So I got the breakfast of champions, dead fish coffee, Hotshot, beef jerky for the road. And we gotta go get a load of steel to carry to a manufacturer to make some parts for us. And look what it is doing. Well, I don't know if my phone will pick that up, but maybe y'all can hear it. It's raining, and it has been coming one more lightning show out here at the house. So, anyway, first load for the gator. So, let's go get her done, and I'll try to take you guys along. Probably won't get no filming on no loading because it's all outside. So, but might take you guys along and see what we can get into. See you guys. Alright guys, we just got the first load for the gator loaded, and we are fixing to head out and deliver. For those guys that are thinking it's nice days, warm weather and fair weather every day we get a load, you are wrong. Be prepared to work in the rain, the snow, the wind, you know, all that good fun stuff. So anyway, let's get on the road with it. Alright guys, so let's get on the road. Man, it is raining. I love rain because that's how we get water, right? Fills up our lakes and our ponds and our rivers, and that provides drinking water and fish and all that kind of stuff. Seafood and all that good stuff. But boy, do I hate working in the rain. It stinks. If you're a fair weather person, you better not get into hot-shotting. Now I'm gonna try not to get run over by this car that don't know where they're at. Yeah. Yep. Today I got a great topic as I carry you guys along for our maiden voyage of the gator. Well, maiden work voyage for the gator. I did haul it home, or pull it home, but anyway, so we got about 10,000 pounds on here. It's rare that I ever haul a load this heavy. Don't have much, one stack, but it's flat steel and it's fairly heavy. I'll have to keep an eye on it because it's wet when they loaded it, and it's two different sizes. I got a small stack on top of a big stack. But anyway, so what I was going to talk to you guys about, and y'all probably may have seen it in the title, is, are you, for some reason in this realm, every time you turn the truck off and turn it back on, the radio comes on. And I always think it's the fan running on the air, and I turn everything off. Anyway, are you owner-operator, or are you a lease owner person? I mean, there's, you know, you gotta be the right mindset and the right, I don't know, you gotta be organized, I guess, to some extent. I'm not organized. You can ask Felix, Happy Place Camping, Happy Place Cooking. You can ask her. I am not organized, but I've got a great wife that helps me stay organized. when it comes to YouTube now, Felix keeps me organized and keeps up with stuff that I lose, or if my computer crashes, she's always got my back. But you guys want to see something hilarious, go back and pull up our channel back when we used to do live streams, and Felix and Nettie with Mel Nettie Living Free Zip Codeless, when they were producing the show, and Jerry Holly. Man, for some reason I'm blank on what Jerry Holly's channel name is. I'll try to figure that out and link all of them in the description. But anyway, we used to do a morning live show, and it was hilarious. Mainly talked about camping because we were all in the RV and camping. But anyway, go check that out. You'll see Felix in action. And so y'all always hear me talking about Felix. You want to do that, go back, look at some of the later ones, like the ones right before we quit doing them. Those, I think, were the best shows we put out, especially the Tuesday night ones. Those were hilarious. So getting back on topic here, I digress, I guess is the term. Getting back on topic a little bit. It takes a special person to run an owner-operator setup. There's a lot of responsibility. Like, you're solely responsible pretty much for everything but driving. Well, and your owner-operator, you're responsible for driving, right? So, but then if you have other trucks, that's a whole nother story that I don't know anything about. But as an owner-operator, one truck show, I can tell you, I pay somebody to do some of it because it's just too much. You got IFTA, you got all your MC numbers, you got taxes, you got apportion plates, you got trailer tags, you got all that. Now a lot of guys do that all themselves, but my wife has enough to do as it is, and so I just figure that in as cost of doing business, and I hire a lady to do a lot of the I guess the legal permit, tag kind of stuff. I let her do that, and the fuel taxes, the IFTA stuff, I let her do that. Now Tammy figures the miles and stuff, but owner-operator, we got all that mess. You either got to do it or you got to get somebody to do it. You got to be registered with a drug company, which that is, if you're leased to somebody, they take care of that, and you just show up. Well, owner-operators, you got to find a company, you got to hook up with a company that's going to do that, and you're responsible for all that. Also, as an owner-operator, you're solely responsible for your truck. And I know if you're leased on, you're solely responsible for your truck too. But you got that. But the biggest part of being an owner-operator and having truck issues is owner-operator has to satisfy the customer. Where if you're leased on, the company you're leased on to has to satisfy the customer if your truck breaks down, right? So you have to figure all that out. Then you got to you're constantly trying to, as an owner-operator, bid jobs, bigger jobs, do them as cheap as you can, but make a good profit. We're back in Alabama, if y'all didn't know it. And the phone was trying to fall. If anybody wants to know, we're 59 north of Fort Payne. But I told you, Georgia to Birmingham, right lane, hardly passable. But anyway, so you got, as an owner-operator, you got to take care of that customer, no matter what happens. You got to make them happy somehow. Find somebody else to get the load, or make amends. Crap does happen, and most companies understand that. But it's your responsibility as an owner-operator to smooth that over the best you can. So you got all that. You're leased on, it's a lot less stress. When I was leased on with a Horizon, pulling boats and campers, I had somebody I could call if I had any questions. I had several people like to call. Y'all heard me talk about KT, slow momentum. He answered 99% of my questions. And if he didn't know the answer, he knew somebody at Horizon who did know the answer. And so, yeah, it's bad right here, boys. I'm just trying to make it a few miles, and I get to hop off the interstate and run across that 117 y'all heard me talk about. Where I go to the 117. I'm going to get off here in Hammondsville, Alabama here in just a few minutes and cut across Sand Mountain over into Stevenson, Alabama. But, yeah, lease stone takes away a lot of the stress. So, you got to decide all that right up front when you start. And you may start being an owner-operator and think, this ain't for me. Always know that there's companies willing to lease you on. If you do a good job and you got a good record, you ain't got a lot of wrecks or tickets, you know, there's companies that'll lease you on. So you gotta remember that as well. Don't just give up if you can't handle it out on your own. The good thing about being leased on is a lot of the people that leases on drivers already has good setup with companies that will give you loads. I'm honestly, guys, on the interstate running 40 miles an hour, and I cannot hardly. I'm swap lane, and I really don't care if anybody likes it. You see the difference? But if companies that lease on drivers already have set up with companies that get you loads, they don't have the rate figures and everything. You don't have to worry about any of that. If you just take a load or don't take a load. Now, some companies now that leases on drivers only give you so many, like, off days. Like, they'll say, we want you to run 3 weeks and off 4 days or something. You know, they set the schedule. That's the downside to being leased on. Where if you're an owner-operator, if you can afford it, you sort of decide that based on what you can financially afford to be off. But now remember, I've said this in other videos, you gotta take care of the customer. Customer is not always right, I'm not saying that. Customer ain't always right, but we gotta take care of them. Do you know the number one difference, well, about the only difference in your Hotshot trucking company and the other 1,000 out there? The other 1,000, there's a lot of trucking companies, Hotshot trucking companies, that can get the load from point A to point B safely and without damage and on time. Yeah, they are. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that does that. But you know the biggest difference, and companies are willing to pay the difference for this. Customer service. You make them number one and treat them number one like you appreciate them. I'm not saying give them the bank. I'm saying, or give them the farm, but treat them right. Always. Even when times are really, really good, treat them good. And when times are really, really bad, treat them even better. If you'll treat them good when times are bad, most of the time, not every company, I know there's always those jerks. But if you'll treat them good, most of the time, those companies will remember that when things are bad. Alright guys, I'm going to hop off a second. I'm going to check my load. All them rough bouncing roads, I'm going to check my load, my strap, before I head up the mountain. So I'm going to hop off. I might get back with you guys and we'll talk some more about this. Hang on. Alright guys, before I forget, I always talk about inspecting your truck and trailer for safety. Always stop a little ways down the road and check your loads. No matter what kind of load. I haul a lot of flat steel. It's tough to haul. This is heavy stuff right here. It's pretty easy. I'm going to do a video one day and show y'all a tip on how to haul thin sheet parts. I might get to do that maybe this afternoon or tomorrow. I've got some loads coming up. But anyway, always stop and check your load. Stopping and checking the load takes a lot less time than losing a load and somebody getting hurt and you having to explain why you didn't stop and check your load. You know, just be overly cautious. I always think about what if the person the freight come off and hit was my family. You know, that's how you have to think of it when you're strapping, chaining, inspecting, all that. You have to think of if your family life was at stake. When I inspect my truck and trailer, it's my life. When I drove the school bus, I always talked about, and I told my kids, you know, how they behave and act affect how, you know, me and the bus aide handled every situation, and it affected my driving and everything else. If somebody would scream out loud or something, it could affect a lot of different things. And I always told them, I said, look, I'm the most important person on this bus. I said, I love you guys, and y'all are critical, important freight. You know what I'm saying? Cargo. I'm used to saying freight. But if I don't get to where we're going, you're not going to get to where we're going. So we all have to work together as a team. That was my thing with driving a school bus. We had to be a team. We had to work together. And that's the way Hotshot trucking works. Any kind of trucking. You know, you got to take care of yourself. Wear your seatbelt. Man, I seen a video the other day about where some truckers were griping because they didn't wear their seatbelt. I talked about this the other day in the video. If you are contained in that seat, if your truck goes crazy, you got a lot better chance of controlling it. Even if you mess up and do something wrong, you got a chance of controlling the situation and not making it any worse. So, but getting back to owner-operator, lease-owned. Lease-owned is a great thing. I was leased-owned with Horizon for a while. I loved it. Always got a fallback. There's always somebody there to help you. And they know all, well, for the most part, they know all the rules and regulations and keep you out of trouble. And it's a great place to learn, too. If you're a new hotshotter and you don't know anything about any of this, you won't make as much money, but the education you get might be worth being leased on for a while. I wouldn't take nothing for being leased on with the company I was leased on with. I love it. I mean, a lot of people down pulling campers and boats. There's not a lot of profit in it, but you can make money doing it. You can make money doing it. I did. I made money doing it. I don't do anything unless I make money, unless I'm doing mission work or something. But, and if any of y'all are interested, drop me a comment or email me and I'll hook you up with KT and he can get you hooked in with Horizon Transport and get you leased on. Need a good driving record, need a history of pulling something. Your own camper, your own trailer or something. You need some kind of history, a year or two experience. But he can get you in if you got any kind of good record at all. So, and he'll help you. If you sign up under him, they get a little bonus for bringing people in. And if you sign up under him, he'll help you. And he's got well over 1 million miles doing that. So, hook up with him. Alright guys, I've held you up long enough. If you guys have any more questions, put them in the comments or email me. But think about it long and hard before you jump in. It's a big expense to be an owner-operator. It's a big expense being leased on, but not near as expense. You're solely responsible as the owner-operator. Solely responsible. You're leased on, you got to fall back, somebody to help you. Alright guys, hope you guys have a great day. If you like me working out in the rain, try to stay as dry as you can. And be safe. Inspect your trucks, inspect your trailers, inspect your load. Do it right first time and then inspect it and do it right. Make sure it's still right. Alright, love you guys. May God bless you all.